Alright, now, can we just be consistent? If we can be consistent, we get the playoffs.
This ball is out of here!
Hello folks, today I'll be talking about the Phillies' last two series. So what I'm going to do here is break it down from the Brewers series into the Braves series, and then go from there where the Phillies are at and where I think they'll be heading towards. So to start off, we're going to head to the Milwaukee Brewers series. In Game 1, the Phillies won 4-3. Vince Velasquez went 6 innings, allowed 1 run, 6 strikeouts, 4 hits. This dude was solid for the Phillies. And can he just do that again, please? I would love to see him do that more. Because the problem with Vince Velasquez is he's inconsistent. If he's consistent, he's a solid pitcher. He just needs that consistency if he wants that starting rotation job. Another star I liked in that game was JT Realmuto hitting a 2-run homer to help the Phillies win the ball game there. So that was nice. So Phillies took Game 1. In Game 2, the Phillies won 6-5 on a close game. When it really wasn't a close game because the bullpen gave up a lot of runs at the end of the game to make it close. Bullpen is just really annoying. Pitcher for that game for the Phillies was Aaron Nola. He went 6 innings, allowed 1 run, 10 strikeouts, 5 hits, and another key star in that game was McCutchen, who had a pair of 2 homers, and Brad Miller hitting a 3-run homer to help the Phillies win that game. So the Phillies offense was clicking, and Nola was doing great. That is what the Phillies need. Except that bullpen was not doing that well, but they got it done. They got the job done, even if it was not looking so good. On to Game 3, the Phillies won 5-4, another close one by 1 run. The best of that was the bullpen, which they went 4.2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, allowed 1 run. So the bullpen did solid for that game. And then another guy I loved in that game was Didi Gregorius smashed a grand slam in right field up on the second deck to help deliver the Phillies winning that series. So the Phillies won the series by winning that game because it's a 4-game series. So the Phillies right now are 3-0 of that series. So in the finale of that series, the final game for the Phillies against the Brewers, the Phillies won 2-0. So get your brooms out, like I do, and go to Wisconsin and get some cheese, because they have good cheese, and sweep Milwaukee. Go sweep them. Oh wait, I'm a Packers fan, so I'm a Packers fan and a Phillies fan, so I might as well just sweep my own room. So if you don't mind here, I'm going to sweep my room. That's nice sweeping. Alrighty. So on to that game there. The pitcher for the Phillies was Zach Wheeler, who had a phenomenal game, going a complete game of 9 innings, 0 runs, 8 strikeouts, 3 hits, and that is great what the Phillies just did there. They swept the Brewers. They had great pitching, great bullpen. Well, not bullpen. Not bullpen. They had great pitching of Zach Wheeler, and they had some offense to help him out there, which Alec Boehm hit a solo shot into right field, so that was good. And Rhys Hoskins got an RBI double in that game, so that was pretty good for the Phillies. So Phillies won the series 4-0. Whew. A 4-game winning streak. Let's hope we can keep that up. And just like that, to start things off into the Braves series, the Phillies won 12-2. This game, talk about offense, talk about pitching, talk about a winning streak for once. Phillies, can we keep this up more? I would like this. But in that game, the Phillies pitcher was Zach Eflin, who went 6.2 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 8 strikeouts. So he was pretty solid for the Phillies. And then the offense was Mean Gene Segura playing very well, getting a bunch of RBIs and helped driving in those runs. And then a guy who has not been doing very well this season, but Odubel Herrera hit a 3-run homer. So that's pretty good for the Phillies if he's not that good. He did pretty well against the Braves, against our divisional rival. And JT hit a 2-run homer. So best catcher in the MLB, doing pretty solid again once for us. So this is pretty good. The Phillies started off in the first game against their divisional rival to win that. Then on to game 2 of the series. I don't want to really talk about that, but I will talk about it. So the Phillies lost in extra innings 8-7 you cannot give up those chances against a divisional rival, and we were trying to make the playoffs when you could have won the game in the ninth inning, another inning, the extra inning, and another one where you were one strike away in the ninth inning. You had 1 run lead in the first extra inning, and then you had a 3 run lead in the extra inning, and you blew that. I would blame the Phillies bullpen for that, for goodness sake, because they didn't do it. They had their chance and they blew it, as I would say. You cannot give it up, but we played great, I would say, of the Phillies offense, of doing very well, of keeping it up and keeping it very close when the Phillies offense would help give us the lead and help do us better for that. So I like the Phillies offense in that, but the bullpen's got to do a better job at closing it out for us and help getting us dub, because the offense is carrying us, but the bullpen's also got to do his job. Because if the bullpen doesn't do his job, we aren't going to win. So we got to do a better job of that. So we should have won that game, but we didn't. So the series is tied 1-1 for the Braves series. And then to wrap things off in the finale of the series, the Phillies lost 6-1. So they lost the series 2-1, but the game was 6-1, the final score for this. The only good thing was McCutchen had a solo shot. The Phillies bullpen allowed 1 run and had 4 strikeouts. That was the only good thing. Andrew McCutchen doing pretty well lately in this hot streak he had. The Phillies bullpen is just inconsistent. It's good on some days, it's good on bad days. And the last game, it was good, but it wasn't good enough because we lost, because the offense didn't do well enough. So Phillies have done pretty well in the last 2 series of going 5-2 in this by sweeping the Brewers of the 4 games and winning 1 game against the Braves and losing 2 against the Braves. So Phillies have done pretty well in their last 2 series. And now can they get a winning streak into this Washington Nationals series? I would like to see us destroy the Nationals and the Phillies keep going first place and win the division. Keep winning that division, because it's going to get very tight. As you see right now, it's tight. Even though it's not looking like good records, it's going to be very tight. When we get to summer, throughout to fall, it's going to be very tight. It's just starting to get tight. It's going to get tighter. Like the Mets, the Braves, Nationals, Phillies, Marlins, they're all going to be tight against each other. And we have got to win these games where we cannot blow them, because we need those, because last year, in the final wild card spot, it was only decided by 1 game. We cannot afford games of losing, of blowing it. We cannot afford that. So the Phillies have got to do a better job of being consistent, of the bullpen doing its job when we blow it there, or the offense pick it up, because we cannot afford that. So into this National Series coming up, I see the Phillies winning this series, because the Nationals haven't been very good lately. And I think the Phillies have a strong chance, because even though they lost to a divisional rival, they were doing pretty good in that series, I would say. Despite losing, they were doing pretty well. So I feel the Phillies will win this series of 2-1. I think we just need to keep it up. The good things about the last 2 series I saw the Phillies were starting rotation, having Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, Zach Eflin, and Vince Velasquez showing some promise. And Chase Anderson, he's a wild card guy, I would say. He does well sometimes and he does bad sometimes. But he's that 5th guy, so with that 5th spot, we have our starting 5 that we finally have since 10 years. We haven't had a great starting rotation, so we have that. The offense is solid, I would say, where they're driving in runs. They're doing a pretty good job. The bullpen is my issue, really, because it's so inconsistent. They give up a run every time I see them. And I would like to get rid of some guys like David Howe and other guys, really, because they are not doing a pretty good job at all. They're not doing a good job. Some guys that I think are doing well in the bullpen are Brandon Kinsler. I think he's doing well. And Archie Bradley. He's coming back very soon, I know. So I would like to see one of those 2 guys take Hector Neris' job and be the closer for this team, because I get so worried when Hector is playing, because he's hot and cold. He's not consistent. That's my issue with Hector. If he's consistent, that's good. If he's not, that's pretty bad. But with Archie Bradley coming back off his injury and Brandon Kinsler going in there for closer position, I would like that so much. And Coonrod, he's also done some significant stuff with us of being solid. So I think the Phillies bullpen has got to do a better job heading into this National Series. And if they do their job, I think the Phillies will win this series. They could sweep them, I feel like, if the bullpen does their job very well. Because I see the starting rotation doing well, and the offense doing well. It's just the bullpen is my concern. And so that is my recap of the Phillies' last two series and prediction heading into the next series against the Washington Nationals. So I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments, and please leave a like and hit that subscribe button, please, on my video. And hopefully the Phillies will win this series against the Nationals, because we cannot afford to lose any games from the bullpen. Please, we cannot afford any of those games. Let's go Phillies!
Baseball is out.